Oh, I want pizza! Fuck! Hello and welcome to Don't Feed Us. It's the podcast about three fat guys and their struggles to lose weight. Every week we get together to support each other and talk about our experiences, and we've decided to share that journey with you, the listeners. So sit back and join us as we cope in our own special way, whether it be by joking, ranting, venting, anything to help us, get through another week. And for anyone out there who's struggling with their own weight problems or even any personal image issue, just remember that you're not alone. Don't give up. And if we can do this, then so can you. Since this is the first podcast, we decided to start by introducing ourselves. So, Tyler, if you'd like.
So my name's Tyler. I'm fucking 30. Just turned 30. I lost half my weight in the early 2000s and gained it all back. And I would like to get back to the weight that I was. I miss being thin. I miss being athletic. I wasn't really athletic, but at least I got to get out of the house more. And I'm motivated this time. I feel like I'm starting a new job and I'm starting a new routine. This is the perfect time to start a new diet. I plan to start keto. Um, we'll see how it goes. I start tomorrow, so I'll have a week to figure it all out before we talk again. But this is a good starting point for me. Wade, how about you?
Alrighty. My name is Wade. I am 28 years old. Uh, I am currently engaged, and I am really heavy. I've always been kind of a bigger guy, but these last 5 years, I've just been gaining weight like crazy, and it's just put a struggle hold on my life to do just the smallest things that a normal person can, they take for granted, like driving normal cars and wearing clothes and just walking around and being who they are. At my size is kind of hard and somewhat crippling. So but yeah, I'm also on the keto diet. I'm about a week and a half in and about 16 pounds down, but let's hope that goes a little more. And I'm hoping to uh be apart from the other, other than Tyler and Matt in here. I'm going through the gastric bypass sleeve surgery, hopefully at the end of this year. And yeah, that's going to be something that's going to kind of take me apart from the other two. And hopefully I can get down before I get married by the end of the next year. So that's my big goal. But yeah, what about you, Matt?
My name's Matt. I'm 26. I live in Canada. I was always the taller kid in school, maybe until I was about 10 years old. And then everyone kept growing up, and I sort of stopped and I sort of ballooned out. And ever since I can remember, probably even I'd say grade 10, I've been overweight for sure. I've had my ups and downs with it, I'm sure, just like everyone else has. But I think that this is a really good time for me to take it serious and get my life back, because there's so many parts of living that you sort of leave out when you're overweight.
Um,
Hola.
so what I did when I first did keto is I actually like fasted. I did a whole day of nothing. It was New Year's Day because New Year's night I ate like fucking like $40 worth of Taco Bell and like
Oh, what I would
I
give.
wanted, dude, I wanted pizza so bad. Oh, sorry, yeah, I know you're on keto right now. Um, I
I'm
wanted
going. I'm
pizza.
going insane. Recently, these
Wanting
past
that,
3 days, I've literally just been like screaming in my car. I've been driving myself
dude.
crazy.
I feel you. That's why I ended up failing at keto.
I feel
I
like I'm gonna fail, but I don't know. I'm trying.
nah. Well, that's
The,
what this
the
is about. We'll talk to each other about it and try to
like
keep
the
each other.
that's the most infuriating thing about keto is when it comes to all diets, they say, "Oh, the soup diet." Everyone's heard of that. You just have soup for lunch and dinner and you lose weight. Oh, this diet, that diet, and they're all trash, or not trash, but they all work for a reason that isn't just I'm eating soup, so I like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
the the thing with ketogenic diet is that it works like fast and it works well. and it it's just so infuriating because I mean, it's such a hard thing to keep on top of, but at the same time, it's like you know it's good for you and you know that like it's working, but at the same time, I guess I'm trying to say that like if it was just like a soup diet or something else, it would almost seem like it would be easier to just be like, "Oh, it's stupid and I just won't ever do it again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas with when with a ketogenic diet, you're just like I don't know, you're just sort of like, "Man, it's the only thing that's going to work."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I first started it, it was like fucking magic, and like I was so
Yep.
hungry because I did a whole day of fasting, and so I like got up, and, like my face was hot, and I was dizzy, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I need food, and so I had fucking scrambled eggs and bacon and hot sauce with my scrambled eggs, a little piece of cheese melted on my eggs. I was like, fuck, this is a diet, and so I counted my calories and I counted my um carbs and fat and protein for the meal, and I was like, okay, well, lunch is gonna have to be a little bit more, laid back or whatever. I think I had like a fucking hot dog and like a
I
cheese
just
stick.
I just had hot dogs and cheese. That's
Yeah,
funny.
dude, it's the fucking best. And you're like, this is a fucking diet. What the fuck? And then for dinner, I was like, all right, I need a salad or something. And so I had a salad, but like I was able to actually put the amount of ranch dressing on it that I wanted. And I like did all my macros. I had an app for it, did my macros, and everything was fucking on point. And I was like, this isn't right. Like this can't work. But I thought, well, I'll try it anyway. I did it. So I did it for a week, and at the end of the week, my first couple poops were fucking weird, and then I didn't
Oh
poop
yeah.
for like 2 weeks, and then like at the end of like not really 2 weeks, it was like a week and a half. I had like a nice shit, but it was these little pellets, and I was like, all right, well something's going on. But I had lost like I don't know 5-10 pounds, and at that point I was like, all right, well it works. Um,
Yep.
and so I wanted to keep doing it. I did it for like a month and a half, I think, and I ended up losing 30 pounds like
Wow.
easily. I wasn't hungry. I fucking slept pretty good. I didn't crave anything. Like I thought I would crave pizza and bread and whatever, and really
Oh yeah. Yep.
it wasn't like a craving, it was just an inconvenience. Like I was like, fuck, how do I eat a sandwich without bread? This is weird. And so I started making substitutes with like almond flour and egg.
I used a lot of rice paper.
Yeah. So like
Ah.
wait, does rice paper have carbs?
Very minimal. I mean, it's
Very
super
little.
thin. So think of like what a lettuce wrap is,
Yeah.
right? But it's just a piece of rice paper. So you just take a rock hard piece of not rock hard, but it's super brittle, right? Like it's
Yeah.
you know, and you just lightly soak it, and then it becomes malleable, almost like a wet napkin. Sadly, but you can put food on it and eat it like a wrap, and that's what I would
I
do.
love wet napkins.
Yeah, delicious.
I
So much
like
better
rice
than a
paper.
nice piece of bread with butter, right? Am I right?
Mm.
Mm.
Well, I
Um,
only failed because I quit losing weight, and I think it's because I needed to change my fat and my calorie intake, and
And
I
you
didn't
probably needed to start doing stuff,
physically.
more physical activity where you
Yeah,
weren't plateauing.
yeah, and I didn't do that, and so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pause for this weekend." And I can't remember what my weekend break was, what the food was, but I
But you
had
probably
something.
went ham.
I didn't go ham at first, and then like the next week I was at work, and I was like, "We're trying something different. I don't know, I'm gonna try something different." So I had like a little McDonald's here and there. Really sorry, Wade. I'm not trying to like tease the shit.
oh no, it's okay.
But it was like French fries, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like sitting in the parking lot, just fucking destroying French
Oh
fries.
fuck!
And then I was
It's
like, "All
funny.
right,
It's I'm only craving like two things, and like when I think of the other foods that I used to eat like all the time, like fries and burgers and stuff, I'm like, it's not really there. It's Taco Bell and
Yeah,
pizza, like
oh
yeah,
those
fuck."
two
dude.
things keep
That's my
floating in my
1-2
mind.
punch.
Like you're a little bitch, and you
I
can't
want,
have those.
yeah, I want a fucking pizza, and I want the pizza to have burritos on top of it. Like,
Yes,
you know what I
yes.
mean?
I want a mukbang of just pizza and Taco Bell.
Fuck.
What
Give
the
me
hell
that
is this?
fire sauce straight in my mouth. God, man.
Something just
Fuck.
popped up. I don't know what it is. It looks like. Is this part of?
Uh-oh. You got your porn tab still open?
No,
You're in the actual app, right? You're not in the
yeah, I'm on the
Okay.
app. The browser sucks. What is this? I'm just gonna close it because I don't know what it is.
This is when Wade drops.
User disconnected. Wait, we're not using that application.
No, this was like something else. It looked like a chat bar, like something
Ooh.
to like chat stuff in. But it kind of looked like it was from Steam.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all of our chats in the
Well,
same.
Steam, Discord, and TeamSpeak all have this exact same logo now. So
Yeah. So I was like,
So
what is
infuriating.
this? What is this grayish blue thing that just popped up?
yeah.
Well,
Oh
so
wow! Wait.
Well, let me do this real quick for Wade. Can I get a pizza emote for Wade?
Everyone put your pizzas in the chat.
Can I get more of those?
Yeah,
Fuck.
can I get an extra large and eat it myself? That'd be great.
I think even just looking at this emoji might be curing my
You
pizza.
just triggered.
Yeah, put your face up against the screen.
How
touch
did
it.
you make it through keto so long? I look at emojis of food.
I just ate rice paper and drew pizza on it with
There you are.
Fuck. You get that fucking food safe dye and just fucking make everything look like pizza.
Make
It's too
everything
bad
look
you-
like candy.
I'm gonna post a picture real quick. I'm gonna find it, but you guys go ahead. There's something really cool that I saw.
Well, just to wrap up what I was saying, like I stopped and I started doing Slim Fast because I was like, hey, low carbs, and by low I mean like more than keto but lower than normal with Slim Fast will totally fucking work. It didn't.
No.
Because the temptation was there, the bread was there, and as soon as you taste bread, it's like fucking pig getting the blood. Like I couldn't stop, and so like I did Slim Fast, and like I lost 5 pounds. Like it was able to get me through the keto plateau, and I think it was just because I had confused something in my body. Gotta confuse the muscles, babe. I can't remember like what happened, but I know that I lost 5 pounds, and then something happened. And I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna order a pizza tonight because I'm gonna start this diet fresh on Monday. You know, the excuse you tell yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Monday, it's a new day of the week. It's gonna be the next start of my diet.
Next month, next week.
Yeah, beginning of the year, my birthday, something. And
Yep.
so I fucking started on. I ate a whole pizza, and then I didn't sleep for shit because of all the carbs, and like my body had not had that many carbs in a long time, so it was even worse than like a normal carb hangover. I don't know if you guys get those, but like I just don't sleep because
I
I
don't
just
know. I haven't had any carbs for a long time now.
yeah. Well,
I forget what it's like.
fuck. I ate a pizza last night, and I mean a whole pizza
You
minus one
son of
piece.
a bitch.
Yeah, dude. And I fucking laid in bed. I'm not even gonna tell you like my whole day's worth of food. Like I ate too much food to have a whole pizza right before I go to sleep, but whatever. So I didn't sleep, and I felt like shit. And so I called into sick at my job, and it was like some temp agency job at the glue factory. And I called in sick, and they're like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then the very next day, I show up, and everybody's being really weird, and I was training with someone different than my normal trainer, and everybody's being really smiley and quiet. And I was like, "Fuck, this is it. They're gonna fire me." And sure as shit, I got home that night, and I got a call from the temp agency, and they're like, they decided to end your employment. They said that you were very what was it? Not scary, but they said I was intimidating.
Aggressive.
Yeah, intimidating and aggressive. And I was like, what? No, I wasn't. Like, dude, I was in training mode. If anything, I was being quiet. And they're like, well, you're kind of being argumentative with us right now, so I can kind of see. And I was like, ah, bitch. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck the company. Bye. And so, like, on the heels of already eating a pizza and already being in a bad spot, I was like, fuck this diet altogether. I'm going to wait and just fucking do what I want because now I don't have a job. So that was in April, and it is now August, and I've only, huh?
You did better than I did. I lost
For-
my job at Domino's 2 years ago.
Yeah. How's that going? Like, you guys are
Shitty.
still, Yeah.
Well, she's making a lot of money because she's doing really good in the hair stuff. But for me, I'm like scrounging, scrounging
well,
quarters for my, my 7-Eleven cold brew that tastes like shit. But what else am I gonna do?
dude, you never really appreciate pocket change until you're poor as fuck again, and you're like,
Yep.
damn, I haven't actually held on to a nickel for a while.
Where'd that quarter go? I'm not gonna make it.
Fuck. Well,
I got some pictures though. I'm gonna send you guys. But go
do
ahead.
it. Well, what I was gonna say is that I failed horribly, but I feel like now I'm ready because I've had a lot of time. I've only gained back like 15 pounds, and that's a lot in a couple of months. Because if you think about it, you know, 10, 15 pounds a year over a couple years, like you're gonna start to fucking get up there. So I'm ready to jump back on keto, and I think what I was saying to Matt earlier was this week I'm gonna start like going down in calories because I'm gonna be too tired and too, it's a new job I'm starting and it's 8 to 5 and I'm gonna have a small lunch. I'm gonna come home, eat something small for dinner, and go to fucking sleep. So that's gonna be helpful, and then I'll start keto at the end of the week. And you're already doing keto. And Matt, what are you thinking about?
For the last week, I've sort of been not eating as much, and I'm probably gonna start it. I mean, if you want to start it on Monday, I'll start on Monday. Today the only thing I've had to eat was 2 eggs. The thing is, for me, I think, I mean, I know like carbs are Satan and everything, but truly at breakfast is where you don't realize how much unnecessary shit you're putting in your body. Like a bagel is fucking so unnecessary. Like, but I love a bagel, like with an egg or something. But it's just so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll probably do 30. That would probably be if you wanna if
30
you wanna
grams of protein a
keto,
day.
yeah, no carbs.
What'd I say?
Protein.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Okay, I'm looking at these pictures that
You
Wade
guys
posted.
also need to really invest in peanut butter.
Ooh, peanut butter's got a lot.
Unsweetened peanut butter.
Oh.
Or even almond butter.
Ooh.
Like on even on
I just
carrots
said I was scrounging quarters. How am I gonna pay for almond
or
butter?
celery.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did that the other day.
Wade, you gotta go down. You gotta go downtown. You gotta strut that ass. There's a
I
couple
got a
places.
lot of ass to strut.
They will buy that ass.
Hopefully they'll bite it off.
You like this ass? You want to take some home with you?
There's not that
Please.
much carbs in peanut butter.
Well,
No,
like you said,
it's the amount
well,
that you get. You know.
Well,
you get, like,
what's
this
your target
little
carbs right now?
tablespoon. For who? Me?
Yeah, because Matt was talking
20,
about it.
20 a day.
Fuck yeah! See, that's what I was trying
That
to
is
do.
hyper low. Did you start at that from the very beginning, or did you start high?
The first 2 days I started 30, and then I realized one of the days I only did like 15 or 17, and I was like, that wasn't that hard. So then I just kicked it down to 20. But my first week I lost 16 pounds. So
Yep.
Wow. How much weight have you? How long have you been on it now?
Last Wednesday. So a week and 4 days. Thursday.
Fantastic.
So almost 2 weeks. And how much have you lost?
I don't know. My scale doesn't go up as high as I am.
Where are you getting those numbers?
I had to go to doctor meetings. Luckily that week, and I was able to weigh then.
So there are some scales on Amazon that are actually fairly inexpensive. And I think
the scale I have now goes to 440.
Okay.
But last time I checked, I was at 449, and I started off at 465.
Okay. And so the doctors, do you have another meeting coming up?
No, but I do have a 2-week weigh-in, so like it won't be this upcoming Wednesday.
You know what?
The next 3 days, but it'll be another week.
That's probably actually better than what I was doing because I was like, I'm only gonna weigh once a week, but I was in there after every shit Every time I took a
Yeah.
piss, I'm like, how
Don't
much
the
do I
way-
watch
weigh
the
now?
scale.
That's the
It's
way I am with
super
keto
demoralizing.
sticks.
Yeah.
That's the way I am with the keto sticks. I'm like, it's
Every
driving me
piss.
crazy. Every pee, I'm like, oh fuck, it's not dark. Like, what am I
Yeah.
doing? And I'm
It's
like,
like
come on.
I've got fucking 100 keto sticks in this jar, and they're gonna last me forever. But like 2 weeks in, you're like half through them. You're like, what the fuck did I do? Well, that's good though, and I think it's actually probably better to weigh infrequently because you're just gonna be marching along on it, not knowing, and then you're gonna be like, wow, fucking progress when you go get weighed. Whereas like I hit like a 2-day plateau one time, and I was like losing my shit because I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm eating all these things. Okay, I need to eat less fucking cheese. Like, what am I doing? Oh, that's good. I might actually do that too. What about you, Matt? Like, are you gonna weigh like once a week, or how do you want to, like, what are you thinking?
Well, I was gonna say back in, was it 2 Decembers ago? My buddies and I all wanted to, and it actually included his girlfriend, and she got. I'll explain how we did her into the math, but we did a weight loss thing from December 1st to Boxing Day, so just under 4 weeks.
What is Boxing Day?
December 26th.
Oh,
Oh,
Christmas.
I forgot. Yeah, the day after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
For
we
us
had, like,
non-Canadians over
Wait,
here.
you guys don't have like really huge sales on Boxing Day?
We have Black Friday on.
Yeah,
in
no, but like the
November.
day after Christmas, everyone goes out the day after and waits in line for like super good deal. That's where I got my TV for 1,000 off.
Oh,
Wow.
no,
Stuff
I
like
didn't know
that. Anyways,
Shit, I
that's
need to
neither
drive to
here.
Canada for Boxing Day.
I think
Yeah,
we
man,
need
it
to
was
drive to Canada for
my
a little more
70
than
inch
just
was
Boxing Day.
3,000, and it cost me 1,800. So,
Wow.
but we had this thing where we said, okay, we all want to challenge each other in a fun and fair way to lose weight, but we want it to be a competition, and we don't want the person that comes in last to feel bad, but they're gonna get like memed on a little bit, right? Because that's just how we are.
Yeah.
And I said, and they just didn't understand because they aren't that big. Like my one buddy is maybe 240, 235.
Mm.
That's like
And the
my
rest are
goal.
like, 190. Chantel, the girl, which she was fucking fine, by the way. She was probably 160. She was like fine the way she was, but everyone wants to lose weight. You know
When
what
you
I mean?
say fine, you mean like she was okay the way she was, or she was like fucking
Both, dude. She was
okay?
fucking hot. Okay,
Do you want me to
and
cut this out of the fucking record?
yeah, she doesn't fucking yeah. She's gonna listen to this. If she does, she'll just text me and be like, "You gotta stop." Um. Anyways, and they didn't get it. I was like, I'm at a
Oh my god,
huge,
no.
huge advantage over
What
you
hap-
people.
What happened? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, what
Oh no,
happened?
no, I'm playing a game.
Oh. Oh,
I'm
okay.
like talking and playing.
But
Well,
yeah, I was on.
It's just like a
I
side
was.
scroller.
Yeah, I told my friends, I'm like, you don't understand that if we do it in pure pounds, I'm going to wipe the fucking floor with you people because I have more to lose. Me losing
Yeah.
1 pound versus her losing 1 pound is disgusting. So I said, how about we do it by percent weight? But
Yeah.
for her, every like she gets an extra 20%. So every
Oh, shit.
percent for her,
Sorry.
every percent for her would be 1.2%, right?
Okay.
So that's how we made it fair, because it's just true. Women, it's harder for them to lose weight.
Water fucking retention. Jesus.
Yeah, could you imagine? Fuck. And in those 26 days, I went to the gym almost every day, saunaed myself. Like I wore garbage bags in the sauna. Like how
Ooh.
where
Like
you just have the
boxers and
sweat
fucking
dripping. Yeah, exactly.
wrestlers.
I didn't even eat that amazingly, but I ate really well for my standards, and I lost 36 pounds in 26 days. And
Jeez.
I won.
Damn.
I came in first. But what pissed me off so much to no end, and I'll never forget this, is my one buddy that was like 240. He's sort of SOL because he's at that level of weight where, like, he still has to lose quite a bit, but it's not like me where it'll just drop. Like, he was already a little active and working outside, so he needed to step it up. And So, and I have this other buddy that's like, I don't know, 6'2" and 180 pounds. Like he's not big by any stretch. He's just a guy, right? And he
Mhm.
wanted to be in too, because it really wasn't about who's the best. It was just let's all get in better shape. And it was awesome. But he ate like shit the entire month, didn't do fucking anything about it. And then for a week, pretty much just fasted, ate water, and went to the gym and just sweat out a lot of water weight.
Mm.
And then he came in second last, and my buddy that was like 240 came in last. And like, I just, it made me feel so fucking mad because I was like, man, the entire spirit of it was like completely thrown out just for the fact that you wouldn't come in last, and all you did was lose water weight, which you'll have back then in 2 days.
Yeah.
And it just, I
Mm.
don't know, man. I felt really bad, and then after that, we all kind of stopped going to the gym together because like it put a big rift in the group. I didn't like I wasn't gonna take sides, but I was just like, man, that's fucked up. And I just feel like
Yeah. And it's a win.
it,
It's not the best mindset for.
and it just sucks because it was such a good thing for that month. But
Mhm.
and I can't, and I'm still not gonna be like, oh, it's not my fault that I stopped going, because like 2 weeks after that competition, I stopped going to the gym just
Yeah.
completely. I was just like, fuck it.
Did you and you
And
tracked your weight through the whole thing? Did you gain that weight back after you quit going?
no, I've probably
No.
gained 10 pounds of it back in the last two
Yeah.
years. Other than that, I've pretty much been the same.
I was gonna say I kind of stalked you a little bit, not to be a creep, but
Mm.
like you definitely lost weight since I saw you in Seattle. Like
Oh
there was
yeah,
a picture of you, and I was like, Jesus, actually, like when you're talking about that you did keto, and then I found a picture, and I don't even know if this is a picture that was like after that diet or not, but
it was. I with my birthday's in February, and my entire family happened to be over from all the other places in the world that year, and we all went to a Chinese buffet because
Mm.
I'm one of those people that's just like, I don't care where we go, whatever's easier for anyone, just because I hate when families squabble over useless shit because it pisses me off.
yeah.
So I was like, let's just do this. It's easy. So we all go there, and everyone at the table was like, oh my God, Matt, you look so. I didn't even feel that different, but everyone
Mm.
was like, Matt, you look so different. Like, you look good. Have you been doing this? Have you been doing that? I'm like, is it really that noticeable?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mom has been telling me. I see her like once a week or something. And since I started, she's like, "Wow, your face just looks so smaller." And I was like,
Yeah.
"There's no way." I was like, "I still feel like, you know, Elephant Man over here."
Well, it. People look at your face, and when you start to lose weight in your face and your neck, people fucking notice it. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, they
she's
don't.
like, "I see it in your neck and your chest. Like, looks like
Yeah.
your shoulders are like not so like stuffed up to your head."
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy.
It's good to remember that shit though, especially when it's like really tough. Like, I
Yeah,
was.
the only thing that's really getting me through it is like week 1, 16 pounds. Like, what about week 2?
Yeah. Well, and like what Matt says, because we're all so big, like it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
really easy at first. I think what's gonna be hard is we start getting down to like quote normal people end quote
Yeah.
weight. That's gonna be when it starts to get tough. But
I
if we
kind of
start
have a
incorporating
little
working out,
tool though once I get down. So
was that your gym?
no, my surgery.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about that. That's fine.
What do you? Where are you with that? Because you had to do a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, I had to do so much shit. Um, so let's see here. Well, where should I start? I mean, have you talked to Matt about it at all? Matt, do you know anything about this stuff?
About it? No, not like I know very, very, very minimal. I know what it is, and I would assume there's a lot of things you have to do prior to. I have no idea what they are though.
Okay,
Yeah, I just told that you
so
were looking at probably getting some kind of gastric, but I actually don't even remember what the word is for it, and I don't think it's gastric.
it's gastric. It's yeah, I'll post stuff from it while I'm talking. But yeah, it's a few years ago I wanted to look, my mom was telling me, "Oh, you should look into this. Like it really does help people." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds really fucking scary though." Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But she was like giving me all this information and I was like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll look into it." turns out that my insurance didn't pay for it at all because I wasn't a diabetic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm still not a diabetic. I'm at
That's good.
449 pounds, and I have not been a diabetic or a pre-diabetic. So, and they're like, that's kind of rare.
Yeah, you should feel pretty fucking good about that. Actually.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't have that. And like all my vitals and like all the, all my blood tests and everything, they're like, everything is clear. Like you're like a normal living, almost 30-year-old man. And they're like, you just have a lot of weight. And I was like, huh. So they're like, once you lose that weight, you won't have any problems like a lot of people do when they get off and they're like, I still have diabetes. I still have, whatever it is, like lymphedema and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm not going to have that. I'm just going to be probably a lot of loose skin, and 30-year-old that finally got his 20 years back.
Yeah.
But sorry, I got someone text me. I'm just going to mute it. But yeah, so it took me like a year to try and figure out what I could do to get into the surgery, just to even get into it. And I learned so much before I even started. And the beginning of this year, my insurance was like, hey, we're taking that diabetic thing that you should have been to get it. We're taking that like one of our policies off.
Wow.
So if your BMI is a certain amount, which mine was like way above it, it was like anybody with a BMI over 40. And I'm like, okay, well, that's like someone like 300 pounds then.
Yeah, boy, I got that.
That was easy. And so they're like, okay, well, we can do it. And I got scheduled in. I called the 2nd of January, and they scheduled me in on the 6th.
Wow.
And they were like, let's get this started, because they were like, you're first on the list because you've been like calling and like trying to get this shit going, and the only thing that was stopping me was insurance. And so yeah, they got me in, and I saw a surgeon and stuff like that, and he told me the first thing I would have to do is start wearing a CPAP mask, because my sleep apnea was like one of the highest they've ever seen. And a few years ago they told me that already, but I had a hard time wearing it. I couldn't get used to the pressure and like the claustrophobic, like, oh, I gotta sleep with like a snorkel on my face.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do that. But then once I realized that this surgery was, I had a chance at actually doing this, I was like, okay, I have to wear this thing. And now I wear it every night, and I can't sleep without it. So that's pretty crazy. But then the other thing was, oh, go ahead.
Do you think that'll change when you lose weight? Do you think that it's
I'm hoping so, yeah. I mean, if it doesn't, that's not my biggest, I still have to wear this. Like, I'll be like, no, I don't really care. It's become such a routine now that I forget that I even wear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing is that they wanted me to lose, well, at the time it was 58 pounds before they could schedule my surgery. They wanted me to be at 400 pounds. And I've done around research and asked people, and they're like, oh, I had to lose like 25 or 30. So I was like, mine's kind of pushing it. Like, that's a lot. And I kept thinking in my mind this whole time, like, well, if I could lose 60 pounds by myself, why would I need the surgery?
Yeah.
What's another 100 pounds? What's another 200 pounds? Like,
I think that they try to do that on purpose too.
Yeah. And so the surgery required me to go through 6 months, one visit each month of a dietitian and a psychiatrist that they provide. And it's not like a shrink psychiatrist for like, depression or whatever's going on in your life. It's more of just like, they kind of want to know if you're actually going to succeed on this procedure afterwards, and make sure that you have the right mindset. So when they do take out a big old chunk of your tummy, they aren't just like, oh, that's it, we can't put it back, so it's up to you. And they want to know. I just posted a picture. It's the one in the middle. These are the 3 ones that they do. The one on the left, called the lap band surgery, doesn't actually happen anymore because those were causing complications.
Well, did they like not work very well, or?
They worked well, but I mean, if you're looking at the picture, the top band is like a plastic silicone bag
Yeah.
And this little like stethoscope thing down at the bottom, that actually is just under the layer of your skin.
Hmm.
They put a needle in that little piece, and they fill it or take it out of what's that shit they have in the little, it's like
Saline.
clear, yeah, saline, that type of stuff. So they fill that little thing up that's around your stomach, and it gets tighter, so it makes it to where food doesn't really get into your stomach as fast, so you feel fuller. But the only thing about this is you got to go in and have like maintenance done on this like once every 3 months or so.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I
Like,
was like,
I'm not at all
no,
afraid
no.
of surgery or anything like that, but it just feels like, like that's a lot. You think, oh, 3 months, like but it's still a lot. It's still a
Yeah.
lot.
So mine is going to be the middle one, and that's where
Mhm.
they take out about 70% of the stomach, and they just chop it off and sew up the side, and then you have
Wow.
a lot smaller stomach. It's like going from like a football to like a small banana.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
you can't really eat as much, and yeah, it just makes it to where you really can't eat as much. And if you are able to change your diet before the surgery, then you are already eating better. You know, you don't want to fill your new tiny stomach up with Taco Bell.
Right. Well, I
But
don't even think you could.
you have that choice, but is it going to be like a full burrito? No, it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 bites. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm about to blow up.
It is now so the middle one shows them like cutting off the whole chunk of the stomach. The right side shows them like
They bypass the stomach entirely. They literally
Yeah.
take your intestine and your esophagus and bind them.
but like it shows that the stomach is still attached. Like, is it reversible?
No,
No.
this isn't reversible. And
They
the
just
reason
don't
the
remove it.
one on the right is kind of hard is because the I forget the name of it, but I don't know if it's Adams. I don't think it's Adams, or I forget what it is. But the one with the esophagus and the one in the intestine are
Mhm.
two different. They're like two different cell types or something, and it makes it hard for them to, like, when they do connect, there is a possibility of those cells like not combining well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Rejecting it.
rejecting it.
Yeah, and then you can get things like ulcers and like pretty bad stuff. So the one in the middle is the safest one. It's a little more drastic because they're going to actually take out that excess, like, you know, they're going to suck out that 70% that they chopped off. But
Yeah.
then in the long run, it really is like once that does heal up, it's just a smaller stomach. It's not like,
Yeah,
Well,
it
you
is
know,
really just a smaller stomach
that's
rather
all it
than
is.
putting a band in you or
Yeah.
bypassing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't they also like? Isn't it like that whole like? I mean, if you're looking at this picture, like the whole right side of the stomach, isn't that where like a majority of like the really big like acid proton pumps or whatever the hell? Isn't that where they live? And so like when they cut this out, it also
Your
helps.
entire stomach lining produces the acid.
So
So once they stitch it up, because if you think about it, say you have a watermelon, right?
yeah,
And you cut it in half. If you want to sew it back up, you'd have to stretch the other sides of the watermelon together,
yeah.
right? So that entire wall would just be sucked, like would be put over itself,
Hmm.
and they would just develop like wall cells of the stomach again.
Okay. So is it going to be? Have you talked to them about like GERD or GERD or whatever and like
No,
acid
GERD.
reflux? Yeah, because I
Yeah,
know that.
that one happens more with it can happen with the sleeve, but it happens a lot more with people that smoke. Like, you're not allowed
Yeah.
to smoke anymore. You can't drink. I mean, once
Okay.
you get like kind of like a, you know, a little ways into it, these are things that they don't necessarily say you can't, and
Mhm.
you know, you can't do this. They say you shouldn't,
Yeah.
because they know that like once you have the surgery, you're gonna think you can do anything,
Mhm.
and a lot of people do end up just doing anything, and then they get sick, or they, you know, because after a while, this stomach, once it heals and kind of gets, you know, used to your body, the more you fill it up, it can
It'll
expand.
stretch.
It can expand
So
again. Yeah.
yeah.
So
There's
It's
so
not a
you
cure. It's like it's supposed to be a, quote unquote tool, like they say it is. It's supposed to be used to help you get skinnier and to stay skinnier
yeah,
and just
developing
prevent
good
you from
habits.
like overeating and like yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a tool. So I figured once I started realizing that, I was like, I was getting less afraid, because there was a point where I was just always thinking like, man, I'm never going to be able to eat what I want again. And then I
Yeah,
was like, wait, no, I could do that, because it'll be my stomach. It's not like there's not like there's some sort of limit, and then like I die. Like
yeah,
it's just that, like, I'll just have to be a little cautious of it. But if anything, it was kind of like a pros and cons. It was like, do I want to be able to eat as much as I want whenever I want, or do I want to be skinny and have like a better life?
yeah. That's the
So it's like, which one outweighs each other? And obviously, the one having a better life, skinny, being able to work normal, being able to fit in clothes and like do things, and
cars.
yeah, be able to get married without looking like fucking Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, and it's hard because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's probable that most fat people are the same in some way, and I am a super hedonistic. Like if it feels good and if it tastes good, I want it. And so like even
Oh
if I got
yeah.
a gastric sleeve, like I would know that somewhere in the back of my mind I'd have to really fight, because I so a long time ago you linked me to a guy who did this on YouTube that you were following. I forgot his name, but I watched some of his videos and then I watched some of this other guy, this old
Oh,
guy.
is it that 400 guy?
I don't remember. He was a younger guy and he got the sleeve and it was all about him, like, you
I
know.
thought he actually kind of looked like you a little bit.
Oh good. I don't I don't remember.
You already look like
I'll look it
Jonah
up.
Hill today. You got mad at me when I told him that.
I saw that. I was like, I was gonna post, and I was like, "Is this Tyler?"
way to
Dude,
dox me.
yeah, get dogs, Jonah.
Oh
Well,
man.
I followed him, but then I found this old guy in the sidebar. You start going on a rabbit hole on YouTube, and he had the gastric sleeve, but he also he was like 15 years or whatever of completely giving up on his diet, and he had stretched his stomach out and gotten fat again. Not
Mhm.
like, I mean, he kind of had like a beer belly, and like, he was thick everywhere else, but I mean, like, he wasn't as fat as he was prior to the gastric sleeve, but he was fat. And he's like, at this point, I don't think that, they're going to be able to cut more of my stomach off again. So now it's all about just taking, steps to change his diet. And like, I thought about that, and that kind of scared me. I don't know if that scares you. Like, because like I don't know. I guess I could get into it.
Of course, his name would be fucking Matt. God damn it.
I mean, that's
uh,
pretty,
I came out to have a good time, and I feel so attacked right now.
This is you.
should we talk about other people? Fuck it. I guess we'll change
I
it
don't
if he
know.
decides. But fighting 400. Wow, holy shit! He has lost a ton of weight since the last time I checked his channel.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
But
just.
that's why I was like, watching his stuff, I was like, this guy kind of looks like Tyler a little bit.
Is he hitting the gym? Well, it's just normal white dude. Probably has
Yeah,
some
but I mean,
Irish
like he
feet.
he has like a tattoo on his arm. I'm like, he's got, I don't know, I don't know, his like face, and I don't know. Like when the first time I met you, I was like, oh, he kind of looked like this dude.
Huh.
And then I
Well,
was like, oh, this guy lost a lot of weight. I was like, Tyler lost a lot of weight. Is
we'll
Tyler's real name Matt?
we'll put a link to this dude's thing in our first podcast post.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's
It's,
yeah, it's inspirational, but I'm scared. Like, so um you guys both know, but I guess I haven't said it out loud yet, but because I lost 160 something pounds one time, and I got down to normal people weight for my height, and I lost half my weight, and I was doing fucking good and everything, but like I didn't ever hit the gym. I never worked out. I never did anything to create muscle mass. So what happened was I was just
If you
scrawny
get
and
off of it,
flabby.
you balloon.
Yeah, exactly. And so I started to kind of do the gym thing. I started to do like P90X at home. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any kind of support group. Everybody was like, "Oh no, you look fine the way you are. Oh, you need to work out." And I really did. I really needed to build muscle to help fight any kind of, late night fuck ups that if I get drunk and I want to go get some Taco Bell or something like that. And so what happened is I started drinking a lot because I was skinny, I was going downtown, I was partying, whatever, and drinking became normal, which is deceptively fattening. Like you will gain weight if you drink lots. It's just tons of fucking calories and carbs. And on top of that, you get wasted and you're like, I want a Jack in the Box, I want a hamburger and then a taco. Like you can't, many a
Sounds
late
like me
nights.
when I'm not drunk.
Dude, every morning when I roll out of bed, Taco Bell.
I had taco.
But I gained all that weight back, and that is what scares me about doing something like a gastric sleeves, because I know me, I would be, for me, worried that I don't know, I would push the limits. And I know a guy, and his wife had the bypass. I actually think she got where they just give you like an egg-sized stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about how when she first got it, she was super into it and she's losing all this weight and everything was cool, but every now and then she'd just get really angry and she'd eat something that she wanted to eat. And
That's
instead,
like where I am.
she'd get really fucking sick and she'd throw it up and like it would like ruin her for the day.
There are a small list of things, but they're common things. And that's what kind of sucks on some stuff. And it hit or misses through some people. Some people, they're called slider foods because they can literally just go right through you, and you're like, oh, I didn't get sick from that at all. I guess I'm okay to eat that. And it's things like candy, things like sugar.
Fuck.
Yeah, things like a candy bar you can eat and be like, oh, I didn't get full from that at all, and like that was really good. And then you're kind of like in your mind, you're like, oh, this is one of the things I can have, and it's like, no, like sugar's bad for you, even if you do have a tiny tummy. Like it's not good, and it's easily gone through. But then there's things like ice cream. Ice cream, it fucks people up like so bad when they have this done. It's like one of the main things that people I've heard and like seen and read online, that it's like, oh, I can eat anything I want except ice cream. They're like, ice cream just makes you toss and turn and makes you feel like a fucking bullet in your head would be easier. Like
for the sleeve or for the bypass?
Both. I've heard both.
Huh.
It's just for some reason, I guess the ice cream's like, it's maybe, I don't think it's like cold. I don't think it's cold things, because you can have ice water and
what about
cheese,
cheese,
coffee and stuff like that.
Is it like a dairy related thing?
I don't think so.
Lactose?
I don't think so.
Well, the thing is, ice cream it does make you feel heavy. Like even now for me, like if I go and get, like, for example,
it's dense. It's like a dense
one
dairy.
of the things that people don't realize, if you like, think of the idea of a milkshake for a second.
Yeah, I love that.
That's fucked. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, milkshakes are amazing, but you're having, like, here, what would be like, I don't know, maybe what, a liter-ish or 700, like you're having more than a pop bottle's worth of milk and ice cream and chocolate, right? Or vanilla flavoring. Like that's heavy. And like, I was never one to do it, but when people are, if you're like out at a restaurant and you have like a milkshake with your dinner, like, that's huge. That's like another meal. But I know, but I mean, it's just that I think that's where the ice cream comes into being heavier, because it is. You're right. It's just milk. It's heavy, and there's lots of it.
Yeah. And I was even one of those people that would be like mad that they didn't give me my 10. I'd be like, okay, I got the glass. Like, where's the excess of it? I know you made more than this.
Where's the
10?
Oh, how they put in that thing at the top? Yeah. And you're like, yeah, bring back that shit.
Yeah, bring me the rest of it. I don't care what it looks like. Just give it to me.
Man.
It could be in a fucking bucket. Just fucking give it to me.
Like, put it on my plate. I don't care.
I know you're on a break in 10 minutes and you thought that was yours, but nah.
Nah.
No. I'm gonna miss eating a fucking whole pizza. Like,
I've never been one to do that. That's I think what's kind of crazy.
Dude, whole pizzas is how you eat a pizza.
I call up Domino's and I say, "Hey, Papa Domino," or whatever his
Papa
name, and I'm just
Dom.
like, "Hook me up
Oops.
with a extra large, double cheese New York style pepperoni, and I'll eat that whole thing in one." It just
No way. That's
yes.
insane.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
like nothing.
That's cool. But like,
It's
I'm-
cool
it's
until you
not-
realize
it's
that's
not
what
cool, but-
3,500 calories.
Yeah, like last night I
Ugh.
got a pepperoni.
Oh, when we were playing Civ.
Yeah, and I got a pepperoni, sausage, banana pepper. I think it's just a large,
Hey,
and
there's a veggie.
one vegetable. The sauce is a vegetable, and I got that, and then I got 2 ranch cups, and I came home and I was like, I'm gonna try to be responsible. I think
No
it took me
way.
like 15-20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. It was
How'd
fucking
you
horrible.
feel after that?
I started to sweat, and I mean, I
Started
felt
to get
okay. I was
You got
really
irritable at the game, actually.
actually I did. I got really fucking agitated. You're right. I turned into kind of a carb fucking bitch.
Garbage.
And the thing is though, is I had 2 medium to large sized bell peppers stuffed with Mexican rice and beef and cheese, and I had corn on the side for dinner, like maybe 3 hours before I ate that whole pizza. Like, I was not hungry. Hashtag carb bitch. And so like I did not deserve that pizza. And then when I went to bed, like I was tired, but like weird ass dreams, constantly waking up, tossing and turning. Like I was a little fucked.
Yeah.
I will miss doing that too.
Just think how much dough that is.
Yeah, dude. Not just dough, but like also cheese.
Cheese
Like,
and
that's
dough.
probably like a quarter brick of
like,
cheese.
Acidity of like pepperoni and
Just
sausage.
think
and
about taking
sauce.
an extra large pizza and balling it up.
Yeah.
It's a
But
fucking soccer ball in your stomach.
I
Fucking horrendous.
one
But
time I got Taco Bell
So
one time, and I looked at the chick in the window, and she's like, "Okay, here's your food. Have a nice day." And I grabbed the bag, and I felt the weight of it, and I said, "This is all going to be inside me in like 15 minutes."
Mhm.
And she was like, "Oh my god!" And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and like there was this moment of like, "Haha,
She's
that's
like,
funny,"
God help you.
and then absolute sorrow and shame is like, "Okay, bye." Fuck. Well, anyway, you posted these pictures of this Quest pizza. What's this about? Because this
Oh yeah.
looks like
this-
is that like per slice or is the
no,
whole
that's
pizza?
per half pizza, I think.
per half
What is it?
pizza. So if you really wanted to save your carbs, like through the day, like I like to kind of keep my carbs
Dinner.
for nighttime for dinner because I'm like, what I had today, I didn't have any. I had maybe 2 carbs with my,
Mm.
Whatever, and then I have my coffee thing. That's probably like 3. So yeah, I'm probably at like 5. So if I wanted to have a whole one of these pizzas, which I'm not sure how big they are in size.
They're probably the size of a dinner plate or
Yeah,
less.
probably, yeah.
Oh,
Personal.
okay. You can't have a pizza that's 6 grams of carb. Oh, it's net carbs. Net carbs is what do they do? Carbs minus fibers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the crust is probably
So
some
there's
kind of
24 carbs and then there's 18 dietary fibers. So you're gonna subtract those fibers from the carb.
Yeah.
I've never heard this brand before, Quest.
Me
Is this
neither.
something- Can
Nick
you pick it up?
Yeah, Nick said it was at Target.
Target. Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
And
Target
he
just
showed me a
stopped
picture of
being
them.
a thing up here. It didn't work out.
You could probably find them though. I'm sure they're somewhere.
Walmart or Costco or something.
Yeah. I'm sure there's probably tons of places. But
Because
I'm not a supreme pizza type guy, but like there's only 5 in that one.
yeah,
And
that's
so
what I would.
You could have a whole one of these pizzas for 10 grand and still have another 10 if you're staying under 20 like me.
And
Then-
20 is extreme. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're at 30, just think you still have 20 grams left in your day. And you
Yeah.
still had a pizza. Like that's pretty
Well,
crazy.
and I'll tell you what, after a couple of days, like that would be a satisfying meal too. Like right now, I'm
Yeah,
looking at it and be
yeah.
like, yeah, that'd be a pretty cute snack. But like,
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. But if you're at like a week and a half like me right now, like looking at this pizza, I'm like, oh man, like I might go get one of these tonight and try it out. Not just for the sake of knowing what it is, but because god damn it, I want some pizza.
yeah, Yeah,
You
dude.
know what fucks me is,
And you could
like,
dip it
how
in
many
ranch.
carbs is in an actual regular slice?
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah. I'm
don't
gonna
Google
look
it.
that up real quick.
Pizza carbs.
So you want to hear about like the depravity of my early 20s? I actually had a conversation with somebody, and I had come home from work every day that week and drank an entire bottle of wine.
Ugh.
Because Walmart had these
What the
$3
hell?
bottles of wine, and I was cheap and young and like poor, and so I was like, let's try
Box
this.
wine.
It was Oak Leaf. I think that's
Oh.
Walmart brand. And like a lot of people are like, ooh, like I won't even cook with it. Like it's fucking trash wine. But it was wine. And it was a cheap fucking drunk. Like I could $3 and I could get completely like, fucked. And so I go get these bottles of wine and I was arguing with somebody and I was like, dude, I bet you that this bottle of wine is like the same as a whole pizza from Little Caesars. And I
Oh,
looked it up.
not to interrupt you or anything, but I just looked up. It says a slice from a 14-inch
Yeah,
thin crust
here you go.
pizza weighing about 2.6 ounces contains 230 calories and 23.7 grams of total carbs,
Yep.
including 1.9 grams of fiber.
Boy.
So really about 22 grams of carbs for a thin slice.
Look at
For
it, and
a
doesn't even
thin
have
crust
protein.
pizza.
Yeah, look what I posted. Like that's a regular large pizza, 12-inch, an eighth, one slice, 237 calories, and 26 grams of carbs.
That's one slice. You guys are eating 8 of them.
Yeah,
Eight,
dude.
dude. I'm eating 10. It's an XL, boy.
Oh, going
And
the
it's
extra
bigger.
mile.
Well, let's
Dude,
just
I'm
the math on
serious.
that.
It's 3,000 calories. It is easily 3,000 calories. That's just stop, man.
Well, I just did the math on this one. The whole pizza's like
Stop.
1,800 calories. Yeah. So I don't know.
Insane. Fuck pizza.
It's so good. That's why
I know,
that's why it's so good. Is it's
I
so
got the
bad.
devil and angel telling me right now, like, you don't
Yeah.
eat pizza, it's bad for you. And
Well,
this
like
one's
I
no,
made a
you
keto
love it.
pizza.
You're gonna
like,
make love to this pizza.
dude. Seriously, you buy 2 pizzas, one to eat, one to fuck. I'm not even lying.
Yeah. And then you eat the one you fucked. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Out of shame, like afterwards, you're like,
You're like, I
"Still
can't
a
have it
good-
go to waste.
It's
got
still a
extra
good
sauce."
pizza. It's just kind of frumpled up in the corner. Fuck.
I made my own ranch.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Mm,
Some of that salty.
peachy.
Fuck. What was I gonna say? I'm lost now.
Lost
Jesus.
in the pizza dream.
Oh, I was gonna. So I made keto pizza, with the fathead crust, and I don't remember how many carbs it was, whatever. But it was actually pretty fucking good. Especially after being on keto for like 2 weeks, and like I was getting bored of some of the food, so I was like, I'm gonna try this just to see. And and you can get, it's not a pizza sauce. It's like a pasta sauce, but or maybe it's the other way around, and it's really, really low carbs. Because you think about it, usually the sauce is where the sugar is going to be. But they have special sauces that aren't keto sauces that just happen to be keto friendly. I got a nice sauce. I got the cheese, got the pepperoni. The crust was made out of cheese and almond flour that I just baked, and it was really fucking delicious. But these Quest pizzas, if this is something I can pick up in town, that just saves me like an hour of fucking cooking. And honestly, that's the difference in making a smart choice and picking up something from McDonald's, is how long is it going to take me to cook it, because I'm tired, I'm fucking hungry, and I don't want to do shit. If I can just pop something in the microwave or pop something in the oven for a couple minutes, I'm down. But if I have to like make the crust, bake the crust, pull it out, put the shit on it, put it back in the oven, like that's hard to do every night. That's hard to do regularly for me. I'm lazy as
There's
fuck.
definitely a lot of prep. Otherwise, you find yourself in that state of being like, well, I think I'm about to break this diet because I'm tired and I'm not going to fucking play chef.
Looks like I'm gonna have me a hot dog and a cheese stick again.
Yeah.
I found a meme that was like,
I was making that today and I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
this is going to suck. But then I was like, damn, this is a lot better than I thought.
It's
That's-
really good.
that's what happens when you bring everything down to that level, and then you start to like really
Appreciate it.
appreciate it. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
what was your meme?
The meme was. Let me look it up. I'm gonna see if I can actually find it.
Because anything you guys post, I'm gonna incorporate in the
Even the hot dog and cheese emoji.
Can I get a hot dog and a cheese emoji in the chat, please?
Can
I'm gonna
get a
put-
hot dog cheese.
I mean, I guess if we want to talk about nuts and bolts, like side stuff for the podcast, if you guys don't mind, I think I'll compile it into a video. And I don't know what we'll have in the background, honestly, but I can put the images that you've posted in here and, stuff like that, including Jonah Hill, into it. So that it's interesting.
I'm
For
sorry,
anybody
it fucked me up. No, but all the meme says is like,
I'm looking
it's,
back at it again.
right? It really fucked me up. Yee. The whole meme was like that feel when you just spent $100 on groceries and you go home and you order pizza instead because you have absolutely no control over your life and your habits. And I'm like, all right, I got called out. The internet's got NSA got into my house.
It's the truth.
I've
Look at-
actually done that. I was like, I'm gonna get this. Oh, it'll be healthy, meal plan and prep. And I get home and I go to cook and I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna get this extra large though.
Dude, I saw a
Fuck.
meme the other day that hit me like that too. It was like this guy, and he's like, "Well, time to buy this $2 bag of lettuce I'm gonna throw away in 2 weeks."
Fuck.
Every time I go and I get to like Walmart, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a salad this week, and then like you look at that bag a week and a half later, and you're like, oh, it's kind of turning moist and like soggy and
Or
brown.
you just lie to yourself. Oh, it's probably bad by now.
Yeah. Look at that sell
You
by
only
date.
deal with it when it's fucking bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I just buy rancid spinach, like from the store that's already bad, so I can just throw it away as soon as I get home.
Yeah,
I'm not
dude.
gonna eat it.
Just buy it and throw it on the lawn.
find the oldest sell by date on the shelf.
Like, ugh,
That's so I'll eat it
saving my
quicker.
refrigerator some time.
Yeah. So, does this time work for you guys? Like, if we want
Yeah.
to chat like once a week, I mean, we can chat.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
with each other
This is,
in
like,
between.
perfect
But
timing.
what I was thinking, kind of nuts and bolts, I guess, not really diet stuff, but podcast stuff, is, unless you guys want to get in on the editing too, I can just slap it together into a video and post it, and then we can just meet up like once a week, Sundays. It sounds like Wade, you're gonna keep chugging along. Do you have an appointment or something in between now and next Sunday?
No.
No. Well, you can at least give us
But I
updates.
do.
Sunday.
I will be going to a gym that I go. So at the Riverbend Hospital,
Mm-hmm.
they have a gym there that's like it's kind of spendy, but it's kind of worth it because it's just full of old people, and I have like an image problem with being around young, hot people that don't need to be in the gym.
I understand.
Planet Fitness people that are just
They're like, oh, it's a no judgment zone. You go in,
They're
everybody's still fucking like super hot,
Yes.
and you're like, okay, well,
like I'm judging them because they're hot and I'm not. So, but yeah,
I wanna
so
go
this is like,
swimming again.
yeah. The only problem I had with swimming is the fucking chlorine.
yeah, dude, it's rough.
Getting
I remember
it off
washing.
your body, it's just like, god damn it.
I remember
It's so
getting
hard.
home and like washing my hair, and it feels like I just have a handful of hay. Just
yeah. But yeah, the hospital, it's like 40 a month, but it is, they have a dietitian there if you want to use them. You can go in any time from like 7 to 7, no weekends. But it's mostly like old people that go there. It's next to the cardiology area.
Is it free?
And, no, it's $40 a month, and you got to have a
Oh.
doctor's like note to get into it. So it took me a little while to get into it, but I was like, I need a gym where I'm not going to feel like, I'm just looking at all these hot people,
Yeah.
and on the treadmill over here, like huffing and puffing and feeling bad that I'm only at 5 minutes, and being like, well, I'm not going to go because I'm only going to last 10 minutes in here while everyone's in here for like 2 hours.
Right.
So, and those things like kind of play in your mind the whole time, even though when people are like, they're not thinking about that, they're worried about their own bodies. I'm like, well, I don't care what they're thinking.
No, dude, they see
I'm
you.
thinking.
Yeah. They look at you, and then you see their eyes, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
I
and you're
wanna
like,
be
I
here.
know, I see myself too. But yeah, so this gym kind of has like small stuff, but they do have it to where when you come in, they want you to sign like certain stuff, so they check you check your own like pulse with one of those things you put on your finger. And you have to write it all out before you get your little badge for the hospital. But they want you to weigh in as one of the little requirement things. So they have like the big scales for like wheelchairs.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is like a me type scale.
this will work.
Yeah, this will work. So, and it's pretty accurate. So,
Is it like one of those weight scales where you like do the like you move the weights left and right on the?
no.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of
No,
those in a long time.
it's digital. Yeah, I think those only actually go up to like 250 pounds.
But I think they have
my
bigger
mom
ones.
had ones, but my mom had one for a while, and I was like, this doesn't work.
This spins around the zero for me twice. So,
But yeah. So that gym is a good scale. But the last time I went Thursday, and I didn't eat anything before I went. And last time I ate before that was like probably 10 o'clock the night before. So my body was kind of fasting, I guess, in a way. Because I went at like 12:30. And I got so dizzy after like 15 minutes of cardio. I just got so like wiped that I was like, I gotta sit down. I'm gonna fucking fall over.
That's
I
the
didn't
one
get
of the
I
hard
didn't get
things.
to I didn't get to finish my workout. I didn't get to do any weights because I like to do 5 minutes on a treadmill, and then they have this thing where you sit down and like it's almost like a bike pedal, like you know how bike pedals work with the cranks, but you do it with your hands.
Yeah.
And then from there, I do 5 minutes of that, 5 minute treadmill, 5 minutes of that, and then I go back to treadmill for 5 minutes. But I up the incline like really high, and after that I was like, like I'm gonna sit down because I'm not feeling good. But normally I would go and do my weights, like the part that I really like to do, and bench press and stuff like
just
that.
gotta.
I want to do
I
that.
don't want to say you gotta carb load before you go to the gym, but you gotta eat something.
Yeah, I definitely got to eat something this time. But it's because every time I go in there, I want to weigh less so I can actually see what I weigh instead of eating something and then going in there and being like,
Right.
because I did gain a pound from that Wednesday to the Thursday. And I was like, what did I do? And it's like, yeah, that could be water. Like, I drink a lot of water now. So I'm like,
Well, it's also the
okay.
heat has been fucking ridiculous. And so, I mean, it could be water retention.
Yeah.
That is a really good topic, is just in general the fact that, man, I love pop and sugary drinks and Kool-Aid so much. They are so good. And yeah, it's water time. Sparkling water maybe, and water.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard
Whenever
for
I see
me.
that stupid SodaStream commercial where they're like, "Man, I loved pop, but now I get my bubbles with water that's carbonated." I'm like, "That's what? No, like,
It's not the
where's
same.
the good stuff? Where's the syrup that's rotting my teeth? Hook me up. Like, give me the good stuff."
Fuck. Well, so I think I'm gonna. I don't want to say keto because I know that it's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna be eating sandwiches for lunch for the week, but they're gonna be like pretty basic. I think I'm gonna try to monitor my carbs and everything that I'm doing.
You could do like low carb, like
You could
under
keto
50.
with eating a sandwich, but that you just have to be extremely careful every other part of the day.
Right. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is because tomorrow, I know I'm gonna get my ass just beat. I'm gonna be wore out because I'm gonna have to get up early, commute, do all the orientation stuff. I'll have a lunch, and I'm not even gonna be hungry because I'm probably gonna be nervous. And then I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna be absolutely tired. So if I eat something, it's gonna be small and I'm gonna pass out. Like I might be able to stay up, but first days are always really hard. So I think I'm gonna take advantage of that and start my diet tomorrow. And then I guess next Sunday I can tell you guys how the fuck it went. Matt, you think you want to start this week, or what are your plans?
I just ordered keto strips. So
Nice.
off of Amazon. I'm definitely like I said, I've done it before. And going back to what I said before, I'm gonna yawn. Hold on.
Yee.
Going back to what I said before with how my family was like, man, you look so much like you look different, you look great. And I was like, really? Is it really that noticeable? And I had only lost, well, I mean, only in quotes, but I was like, I'd only lost 30 pounds or like 30 or 35 something pounds at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's a
know,
lot.
maybe that gratification from them wasn't even good for me in the end. Because I'm
Because
just
they
like, oh,
told you.
I'm doing good. I'm good. I can do this. I'm fine. And I think
Well,
that's also why a lot of people, especially now, it's so much harder to lose weight, especially when social media is such a, I don't know.
yeah, I'm not gonna post it on social media because I don't want anybody to comment on it and like make me
Yeah, I
feel.
don't give a yeah, like that to me it's something that I want to have private and personal, but at the same time when you have people that have the same, outlooks on it and they're going through the same thing and it's a small group, then it's a
Yeah.
lot easier to cope with.
Well, let's.
Mhm.
I'm down. I'm ready. Do we want to talk about starting weights, or do we want to keep that
Yeah,
personal for
I
a
think you
while?
should.
I mean,
I mean, it's
I
Yeah,
only
it's up to you
between
guys.
us, or whoever. It's just a number, really. Like, yeah,
I think
Tyler can vouch. Like when me being at 400 and 50, 60 pounds, I don't look 460 pounds.
right. It's hard to gauge how much somebody weighs by
Yeah.
looking at them.
So if someone were to listen to this and be like, "Wow, that guy's 460 pounds," it's probably like, lying on the couch and not moving around. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm really
mean-
not that much bigger. I just got a lot of weight in my gut.
Yeah, dude,
Oh
that's where
god,
mine
dude.
sits too.
My gut and my friggin' legs, my thighs, boy.
Yeah.
Thick boy, huh?
Oh, dude, I'm juicy thick. I'm goofy, juicy thick.
Got some gun.
No, that's the same thing with me. Like I'm 6 foot tall, and you know how you were saying about how your doctor was probably like a little bit yeah, I'm juicy thick. How your doctor was almost I wouldn't say flabbergasted, but he was like, wow, like your blood's fine, you don't have a whole bunch of issues. And
Yeah.
that's a crazy thing. That was the same with me. Back this is probably going 5 years, but when I went, I was probably 30, probably 50 pounds lighter back 5 years ago. When I decided to go on antidepressants because I couldn't sleep and I knew that I needed to do something because I was going down a bad path, my doctor was like, well, before we put you on anything, just like with everything, like we're gonna have to do a full blood test and electrocardiogram. You guys ever done an ECG?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it because I hate showing my stomach to anybody. It's
Take
just,
your like, go good. Take your shirt off. And you're like, do I have? Could you
yeah,
just
can you just
tell
slip
me
it
where to put
under?
them?
Yeah. And anyways, I was
I'm gonna
just
put
like,
this sticker on your hairy stomach and I'm gonna rip it off.
yeah. Hey, do you mind if I put it in this place where I gotta slide you up? And I'm like, no, please don't.
Let me just move this tit out of the way, and you're like, fuck.
How many of these do you have? I don't know, doctor.
Yeah.
A lot. Tits.
Wait, what's this? What do you got here? Is this a Skittle?
Oh, give me
But-
that.
Yeah. Grab it out of their hand. Did I say you
Fuck,
could
it's a red one.
Oh, it's red.
Fuck.
So I get
Spit
my
it out.
results back and everything. And I'm lucky that in Canada, I can go to the doctor for free, get blood work done for free, all
Yeah.
testing
Oh.
free. It's fantastic. It's a great thing.
Lucky you.
Hey man, well, I pay for it in my taxes. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, I
um,
don't pay for health insurance, so whatever.
And he looks at me and he goes, "I'm genuinely surprised." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" And this guy's been my doctor since I was 2. And he's like, "Well, the only thing that you need is a bit more B12 and your vitamin D is extremely low. But
Mhm.
that's easy to fix."
Yeah, I had really low vitamin D.
Yeah, he's like honestly, my advice to you is while you're on this, try to lose some weight or at least go outside for a little bit. And I was like, fuck. And I hated hearing my doctor tell that to me. But he was like, yeah, your cholesterol is fine. Your heart rate is fine. Your blood sugar is fine. Everything's fine. You just have no vitamin D. And you have a little lack of B12. And I
Wow.
was like, and that almost kind of made me feel bad because I know some people that aren't even half my weight would
Yeah.
be would be killing to have results like that.
Yeah. Full
So
diabetes and gout and fucking yeah.
exactly. So and even like that now, I recently got blood work done, and I'm the same. And it's so
Yeah.
so I guess that it's a thing that I'm lucky, and at the same time, I feel like it would be it's not fair to just cop out and be like, oh, I'm unhealthy, because like I'm really not. Besides, my weight, and that's a thing that is all up to you to control.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I'll tell you, when I lost weight the first time, there was a significant mental health boost because
oh,
I
I
could.
bet, man.
I mean, dude, I could run up a flight of stairs and be like, "Fuck, I'm not winded," and like everybody else be like, "Yeah, well, we're almost there. Let's keep going." And like, I need to stop a minute and like think about this. Like, I kind of want to cry. Like, this is fucking nuts. How the fuck can I do this? And like, just walking. And then like one time I went into an H&M and it was like there's only one and it was way up north, and I went up there and I was like, they're not gonna have anything that fits me. And like being able to have an entire store where everything in there fucking fits me was absolutely absurd. I'd always be like, you guys got a big and tall, like, and it's always like under your breath, and then they say, actually, the store across from us over there, they probably do, and it's like dad clothes, like Hawaiian
Yeah,
shirts,
why don't they
fucking,
make big clothes for younger people?
because there's just
Why do I
not
gotta
Because
look like
younger
I'm about
people
to go
aren't
on a
big.
cruise?
Yeah.
it's just because there's not. I mean, there are a lot of fat younger people, but it's
And they're
not as
getting
common.
fatter.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there was a huge significant boost, and like because I wasn't super unhealthy, I mean, I was when I say unhealthy, I don't mean like my blood tests, were bad. I was just not. I didn't feel very good all the time. I didn't. Look at other people who could just get up and go and just go do stuff and be around. I'm like, how the fuck are you awake? Like, how do you? Fuck, dude, can I get a rock star on the way? Like, how are you able to just be? And then when I lost all that weight, I realized it, and I was like, wow, this is fucking nuts. And so I want to get back to there just for sanity, just mentally, just being, happy to be wherever I am. Like right now, it's like people say, "Hey, you want to go somewhere?" And I got to think about like, well, do they have table seating there? Because I don't know if booths are gonna work.
Yeah, I
And
can't sit in
then
the booth.
fucking who's driving? Like my car is enough for me, but if I'm sitting in your car, is there gonna be leg room and like stomach room? And then like, so we're all going to the beach. And you're like, well, how far am I gonna have to walk from the parking lot to the water? Because I don't really know if I'm gonna make it. Like, it's gonna be rough for me. So when you don't have to think about those things and you can literally just go, the mental, you
Dude,
know,
even the mentality of like always like pulling your shirt down. I don't know, maybe that's just a
yeah,
me thing, but like,
no, I do it. I
ugh,
do it.
that kind of shit. Oh, I think it's something that I'm so used to that I don't realize how much of an effect it has on me until if I didn't have it, I'd be like, wow.
You get a little bit sweaty or a little bit damp from something, and you're like pulling your shirt so your tits aren't like
Oh
defined.
God.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that is fucking good. And like being able to like, I don't know, wear a
My one,
belt.
yeah. My one buddy was about he's probably only 5'9". I'm 6 foot. He's about my weight in high school. And he lost a whole bunch of weight, and he said the one problem he had when he did it is that at the end, when he could buy all these clothes, he went way, way overboard. Because
Yeah,
he's like, man, I can wear this. Like I like. You ever like go, oh, I really like that shirt, and you're like, but I can't. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So
That's I have about 6 Rubbermaid totes in my garage full of clothes that I can't wear. And
Yeah,
you look at
I have a
them,
couple big like industrial size like garbage bags,
yeah,
and they're just full of things that I'm like, if I was 100 pounds lighter, this was a cool shirt. I'm not getting rid of this because
dude.
someday I'll fit it, but when that day is, I don't know.
I fucking pulled a pair, like, because I moved and I had to move all that shit. I was restacking some clothes and trying to, like, get them all to fit. And I fucking found a pair of boxers and it looks like kids' clothes. I was like, who the fuck? How do I even, like, I couldn't even fit my arm through the fucking leg of these fucking boxers. And I was like, there's no fucking way. And I talked to, my old roommate and we are like, yeah, you were that fucking thin. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't even remember it. So I want to get there. So I'm going to start this week. Matt's going to start this week. Wade's going to get back to us on the gym. I have a gym at my new job, but I'm going to wait to hit the gym until after I get my diet started. I know that's usually a cop out, but I mean, I really do want to see how everything works out starting a new job before I start going to the gym every night too. But I think I'm going to start doing that too, because it'd be really easy just to go from work to gym. I'm already there, and then drive home. But we'll see. We'll see how the first week goes. What?
I'm watching your where did you eat this? They put like this like lady's mask face over you.
Oh, my birthday thing.
Yeah.
It was a Japanese steakhouse. I'm
Teppanyaki.
not gonna say exactly where because I don't want anybody to know where we live. But it's at the Good Mall.
Oh, okay.
It replaced the Chili's, and
Oh.
they do like the Benihana, like they cook stuff and whatever in front of you on the grill, and
Who's this little Mexican kid?
so they had like another family sat around the other side of the
Oh.
grill, and it was really funny because
Tyler's buddy.
yeah, I know I brought him. That's an after dinner snack. That's a birthday treat. So this other fan. Hey, it's 2018. Those jokes aren't safe.
Yeah, nothing is.
So so there's other family and they're sitting across from us, whatever, and the mom and then like the youngest girl. She's probably, I don't know, 4, if that. And in the very, very beginning, the dude who's like flipping his tongs and cooking shit, whatever, gets this little ball of rice off the grill. And he just looks at it and he goes, okay, 1, 2, 3. And the mom's like, oh shit, like open your mouth. Like they're trying to flip rice, this little girl, and she didn't get it. So he flings this rice and it hits her right in the eye. And so he's like, oh, and everybody's laughing except for the mom's freaking out, like, oh my god, this hot, greasy rice is in her eye. And so he goes for like a second, and the mom's like, no, we're not doing this. And it's funny just watching them like freak out. And so he went over to my side and he grabbed a piece of broccoli, and he probably threw about 6 pieces of broccoli at my face, just bouncing off my forehead, my nose, my fucking cheek. And I'm drunk, I've had a couple beers at this point, and everybody around me's laughing. It was a good time. It's a really good time. I actually
He didn't throw you the rice. He had to throw you.
He's throwing broccoli at me. Yeah, I got off easier.
Trying to give you a hint.
Carbs.
Rice is just carbs, buddy. Here you go.
Yeah. So no, it was really cool. But seeing it's things like that, like I don't know. I'm gonna miss it trying to do keto, but it's gonna be worth it because then we can go to do that to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I'm starting at about last night when I weighed, I didn't let it settle, but I'm gonna overestimate it and say 325. I was at 3. Where was I? 340, I think. 345 at the beginning of the year, and then keto knocked down 30 pounds, and then I gained a couple back. From just eating like a fucking turd, just whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, And because I'm poor, like I've been unemployed, like I haven't been going crazy, but I mean, like I've been going crazy. Like if I want pizza, I'm gonna go get pizza. If I want late night Jack in the Box, I'm gonna go get late night Jack in the Box.
There's no stopping to think about it for a second.
Yeah, it just keeps happening. So I can't afford it, but I keep doing it, and so that's also a reason why I got to stop, because now I'm gonna have a job and I can actually start taking care of some of my fiscal responsibilities. I'm hoping that doesn't make it worse. So this is the perfect time to start a diet because I'm gonna have cash flow, which would usually mean I'm gonna be buying more stuff. Going out and getting sushi and random expensive things that I definitely don't need to be eating. So yeah, I'm starting about 325. We'll say. We'll see where I am at the end of the week. What did you say you're at now, you think, Wade?
I mean, if I'm still losing weight, the last time I checked, I was at 450, 449, but it's been a good 4 days. So I'm hoping that I'm at like 445. That'd be awesome.
Put 445. And then Matt, do you want to share yours? You don't have to if you don't want to. We can wait.
I don't even know. I don't even. You know what? Honestly, I hate the idea of only using a scale to like when
Yeah.
it becomes the one thing that makes you determine if you're feeling good or not. Like, say you
Yeah,
felt good in the morning, like, man, I feel great, and then you weigh yourself and you didn't lose anything, and you're like, I feel like shit. Like, but if you feel good about it, I feel like it's more of a building block. But like, I can get back to you, and you could just
Yeah.
splice it in.
Well,
I'd have to rummage around my mom's place for hers.
well,
Man,
let's just
speaking of that, my mom when she like she's like 5'8", 5'9", athletic her whole life, had me ballooned, and she literally lost all her weight by eating a little bit better.
I'm just gonna
And
keep that in there for a bookmark.
she just did a lot of walking. And I always talked because she's not by any means super skinny now, but she's in good shape. And I always talk to her about stuff like that, and she's always told me that she could help with whatever. And but I think she has a scale. I could go
Well,
snipe it, but I don't have one here.
well,
But if I honestly was to make a guess, how tall are you, Tyler?
5'10".
Yeah, so I probably have 20 pounds on.
Okay. Well, so what we'll do is we'll just wait. We won't splice it in. We'll just wait until next week. And if you don't like, I'm comfortable sharing it because of the anonymity. If somebody asked me to my face, I'd have a really fucking hard time telling them. And my driver's license most definitely does not represent my current weight.
Oh God, same.
Oh yeah,
dude.
mine neither.
But because of the internet, I don't care. I'm not going to show my face, so I don't, not yet. But I'll put that there, and then next week, if you find out what your weight is, we can put it on there, and then just kind of track it. We don't have to follow the numbers, but I think it'd be good to have a good starting
Oh no,
point.
I get that for sure. I'll get you a number though.
Okay, and then fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, walking. Yeah, I read somewhere a long time ago that because your thighs are like that's where the biggest muscles in your entire body are, that's the best real workout. Like if you don't, feel like pumping your fucking arms up and getting,
Yeah, after you
super
eat,
yoked,
just move
just
your
walk.
ass.
Just walking, yeah, because those muscles are huge and they're gonna just be working out. It's the
Just
easiest
start
workout to do.
twerking right after a meal.
Just start
Yeah.
twerking. Just grab the wall.
My mom says that her Fitbit, even though she's like it's just a step counter and stuff, but
Mhm.
she swears that thing helps her because it's a number to be like, oh, I'm gonna get more steps and go out for a walk.
Yeah,
And
dude.
her and her partner, like, uh, they always like battle each other about that, and I think that's really cool.
I'm gonna put one on my phone, because I don't want to buy one. I've bought so many bracelets and clips and things, and all these different gadgets that I just end up throwing away, or like years down the road, I just don't replace the battery. So I'm gonna put one on my phone and see how that goes. That'd be kind of a cool metric to live by. But I think we have a pretty good starting point, and a lot of things that we're gonna do this week. So I think what we'll do is just meet next Sunday and see where we are, and then kind of see how things go. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that just about wraps it up. Be sure to join us next week. We'll be back here at the same time. And remember that if you see any of us on the street, don't feed us.
I think that's good.